Yo, what is up guys? It's the Nightwing at Way of Life Esports coming at you guys with another League of Legends video here today. This is going to be the LEC 2021 Summer Split Week 1 recap, and joining me here today for the LEC 2021 Summer Split Week 1 recap is going to be Warren and T-Root. So the LEC 2021 Summer Split finally kicked off this past weekend, and it was, I want to say a banger, because like, dude, Misfits are 3-0. They're in first place. Am I living in an alternate dimension where I'm like married to a hot looking wife, and then you got like strippers in the background just twerking, then you got my Lamborghinis outside? Like, what dimension am I living on where Misfits Gaming is 3-0, you know?
Spring.
I mean, with their roster, I wasn't surprised. I think I said it last week.
Yeah, when we did our power rankings for the split.
Right. Because I was like, well, they didn't make any real roster moves. And so I could see them like being that team that like, okay, we almost made playoffs, because if they won their games, they would have took the Schalke spot.
Yeah, so like when I'm watching some of their games, the one against Fnatic was pretty decently close. I think they had the better team fight in that mid-game part where they were around the Baron thing, and then they all fought that one time, and then Fnatic got ace, and then Misfits took the game from there. That was the game where Vithio got the 2 quadra kills on Akali, right?
I believe so.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, wasn't this the game where with Niski on Lucian, and instead of going in the team fight, he chases the Akali? Yeah, that was bad on him.
Yeah.
He greeted that kill instead of focusing on the team fight, and I think that helped Fnatic lose.
Because it was really crazy.
Honestly.
You know how like we had that one guy when we were doing our Cloud9 podcast that one week, he was like Niski was always losing. You know, Niski was actually doing pretty well this week in a lot of his 1v1s. He was actually playing really, really well. It was just in the team fights, he looked kind of lost. Like, he didn't really know which targets to hit. I saw that Fnatic fight. I was like, wait a minute, shouldn't they be winning? If Lucian was next to Xayah with her ultimate, and then you have Lucian's ultimate, like, what? I was like, what's going on here? And then I replayed it back. I was like, oh my god, this guy's over here chasing an Akali as a Lucian. You know, black guy chasing a white girl, obviously.
Hard running it.
So, after that, for anybody, let's talk about Fnatic, because most people are going to want to talk about Fnatic in G2. I thought Adam looked really good. I thought Adam played great. His laning phase looked great. The champions he picked really suited his playstyle. I got a chance to watch some of his, like, ERL games. He's actually a pretty good player, though. So people criticize the Olaf pick. I think if Fnatic don't give over Akali in that game, I think the Olaf takes over the game. Like, he was playing really well. And it's just like, what else can he really do, though? You know, because Olaf does kind of fall off after 30 minutes, though. And to be fair, they weren't ahead. Like, Upside and Hill is saying we're losing a lot of their 2v2s. They were getting pushed on their tower a lot. What did you guys think about Bwipo jungle? I thought he played okay. He wasn't stellar to me, but he played okay.
I mean, it's the first
above
week.
Expectations.
Yeah.
He kind of did okay. The problem is that
you just kind of felt like he was super uncomfortable on the role, though. Like, the Udyr dive in the Mad Lions game, that failed. The Rumble game was, like, I guess from the eye test, it looks good because of kills, but then again, those were all kind of gifted towards him because they were all kind of, like, scattering, and they kind of run into a Rumble. So it's my thing where, like, him and Treats, they were making super uncomfortable mistakes because they're new to the role, though. And that's understandable. It's literally week 1 of them playing a new role, you know? I didn't think they played individually terrible. I just thought that, you know, you could clearly tell, at least from an eye test point of view, they are not junglers. Treats is not a jungler. You know, he played pretty well on his Nidalee pick, actually, you know?
which is a mechanically hard champion, believe it or not.
You know what, SK Gaming, they never cease to amaze me, dude. Let's take our best player, role swap him to jungle, when we could have just took our coach player and put him in the jungle and potentially just did what XL did to get their first win. Put him on Sejuani. If you wanted Jesus to come in and shot call, why didn't you just bring him into the jungle and put him on, like, Sejuani and Gragas the whole fucking time you're in the you're in the split, right? Why are you taking your best player from their role? Because the thing with SK Gaming last split, which is why I really thought Treats was really, like, good, because he found these flank angles on these playmaking support champions that brought SK Gaming back into the game. Now you have to rely on Jesus doing that, when you could have just put him in the jungle and you could have just had him on tank junglers, which XL proved playing a tank jungler can win you a game in the LEC. Why not just do that, honestly? You know?
I mean, Zanzara played Trundle, so
just like run tanks every game.
Yeah, like you could pick Trundle like Zanzara did. You could pick Sejuani like fucking XL did. One of the teams picked Gragas jungle. I think it was Inspired. Inspired played Gragas jungle. You know, I just don't agree with the Treats role swap. It just makes no sense. Like in Fnatic's case, okay, maybe their Academy jungler is not ready yet, so you choose Bwipo, right? That's fine. And Bwipo, he played okay, right? And it's nothing atrocious, but it's like, you know, I don't really understand what SK Gaming's goal is, because like they're 0-3, but from the eye test, they didn't look. I don't know, like 2 hours didn't play bad on his Lucian game, but there's this synergy issue. Gen X had that really bad Gwen TP where he's just all alone and he died. I was like, oh my god, dude. And then after that, you also had SK Gaming, a few of their games, they were actually ahead, and then they actually just threw away leads. So those are
they were ahead a lot of games too. They should have got one win this week.
Mm-hmm. That's what I initially thought.
That's not out of the realm of possibility. They should have got at least one win this week.
At least against Astralis, actually, because that Astralis game they threw that game so hard. They went to the Baron pit and they all got picked off. I was like, you can't do Baron right now. None of you have any damage. Their damage output in that Astralis game was not high enough at that point in time to do Baron. So that's how they got aced and shit. But what did you guys think about Fnatic, actually?
Well, TV, this is because you're a Fnatic fan, so...
Yeah, well, like I said, I think that granted, they only have a 1-2 record. I think that it's still above expectation when you look at who they had to play, being Misfits, Rogue, and Mad Lions, 3 of the rosters in the league that didn't make any roster moves, so they should ideally have the most synergy and most communication. And the fact that they took down Rogue, who people believe is arguably the second best team in all of Europe, I think it speaks to the ceiling that Fnatic have. I'll be interested to see what happens this week, but I'm more than happy with their performance. I think Adam's looking great. I think Bwipo is kind of showing one of the reasons he's, in the jungle. And then I mean, I think Hylissang is still kind of the question mark, but other than that, if they can like get their jungle support synergy up, I think that Fnatic can still contest for top of the table.
Yeah, like looking at how they played, I could see where it all comes together. I'm just concerned if like how Bwipo is gonna fare against all the other junglers too, because he played against Inspired, Aloye, and who else did he play against? Razork.
Razork.
Yeah, and he didn't look terrible. It's just more like I didn't really see a true impact in the game like he had in the Rogue game, on Karthus. But it's fine. If he can play these unorthodox picks like Karthus and win games, I think you want to go off strengths like that. Nisqy, people have been ragging on Nisqy being on Fnatic ever since the start of this year. And honestly, to be fair, I think he had a fantastic week, though. He won a lot of his lane matchups. He was super impactful in team fights. The only problem where he wasn't impactful was when he went for the wrong targets. What did you guys think about Schalke?
Oh, I just want to say one thing before you go. I thought Adam played great. He definitely knows how to play carries, which is good for Fnatic. He seems more controlled when he's in the lane. He's not like hard aggro like Bwipo would be. And if
the
you notice,
Diego game was kind of sus, though. I will admit.
Right. If you look at their draft for Fnatic, it seems like they finally have an identity. That's what I like about the Fnatic team. Like, outside of the Karthus pick, that was like a little dark tech with a TP, whatever. It's pretty good drafts overall. Outside of letting Akali go through, it's pretty decent drafts. They're playing to their players' strength. It seems like they're communicating, and even from the interview, Adam's like, "Yeah, we're all working together." Whereas you would hear before, "Yeah, we don't know. We all have our own thoughts on the game." You'd always hear that. So that's a good sign for Fnatic.
Before we actually go to a team, because I wanted to talk about Schalke, Akali this past weekend for the LCS and LEC was super big. Honestly, it's making a few players look a whole lot better than they actually probably should. What do you guys think about Akali?
Champ is broken.
Yeah,
I fucking hate
Champ
that
is
chant.
broken. That's it. There's no
Gwen
other
is
way to
broken
put it.
too. Gwen is broken. Remember, I think it was in the SK Gaming game. Like Gen X or someone was getting like 1v2 solo kills, and they're actually behind in the game. I'm like, this is not fair. That is actually unfair. That is not a thing. I was like, holy
Liter-
shit.
Yeah.
yeah, literally a two. Once you get a hit, 2 Qs can kill off somebody. You
Mhm. Yeah,
don't even need to use R.
when I play League, I'm a mid mage main.
Mhm.
So like when I see assassins like Akali or LeBlanc in the meta, I pucker a little bit because it's scary how quickly those champions can pop off.
Like, I don't even understand why they would even choose to buff Akali like that. Like, just between Akali, Gwen, and Viego, I just saw these champions just dominate every game in. Like, even the Fnatic game, when Niski was dominating Vithio on the laning phase, like, actually just making him flash under turret, and he was just scared the entire game. He got literally one good team fight, and he just took over the whole game. I'm like, that is like, come on. I dominate you the whole game in laning phase, and you get one team fight, and then you can be relevant. That's like fucking unfair as fuck. But
Well, I think
Lose lane, win game.
Viego has taken time because when he started, he had a really bad win rate. So I think Viego's has had more people know about him more than Gwen. Gwen is strong. I think she's gonna receive nerfs, probably 11, 14. But Akali is one of those champions where Syndra and the control mages seem to be outside of Corki, because I think Corki with Divine Sunder hurts a lot.
yeah, Strauss
Actually,
played it. Yeah,
yeah,
Nexus
it
has
hurts
played
a
it.
lot. So like when you have a champion that can roam, go behind the back line, do dives as well, side lane, and could be flexed, that just speaks to how powerful the champion is. So Riot probably is gonna gut her again.
And by probably we know.
Yeah. So
God willing.
All right. The other teams
You
to
were
talk about are
Schalke.
Schalke and Excel. Yikes. Okay, so the Excel game against Schalke looked good from their part. Nukeduck got a Kali. Dan played Sejuani. Cries had an okay game on Wukong. Other than the Schalke game,
Mhm.
Excel looked like complete garbage. They looked like the worst team in the league. At least SK Gaming were winning some of their games, and they still lost. This team was just on average losing.
Yeah,
I don't even know what
that's
to
pretty
say.
accurate.
Like, I don't know. I'm just blown. Like, it literally, they had to pick a Kali because they knew if they didn't pick that champion when it was given to them in the draft phase in the Schalke game, they knew they would have probably started 0-3. Like, to me, SK Gaming are better, and they did look better. And Excel, I don't know if this team is making playoffs this split. I'm sorry, Young Buck. I just don't see it, man.
Nuke Duck is just collecting a paycheck.
10,
So
10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let me say something right now. I think so when we look at like the bottom half of because I'm looking at the standings right now. The lower teams, I don't see Fnatic a lower team. I think they're gonna get the
Fourth, fifth spot.
the fifth. So I think the lower teams like Excel, Team Vitality, Leader showed why he took forever to come into the LEC after his one game. I'm sure we're gonna talk about the Vitality game.
Oh
Um, it's gonna be. It feels like this is turning out to be like LCS. Like it's like okay, we got Rogue, Fnatic, now Misfits if they keep it up right. I'm sorry. We have Rogue, G2, Mad Lions, Misfits. Because we're still question mark about Fnatic, and then the rest is like Fnatic, and then probably who cares? That's at the point we're really at now. So for me, I don't like a lot of these games went to like almost the times was like 40 minutes.
45-ish minutes, like the average game time, dude. I was like, what the fuck?
These are some long games, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, did you forget how to close out a game? Like I just am like baffled at the game times. G2 looked
Hmm.
like. I mean, I'm sure you're talking about G2, but
Hmm.
it just seems like the top teams look good. Like the top teams
Yeah,
that we, and Misfits seem to come out the best out of all of them so far.
yeah.
So
G2 made some small mistakes. Like you saw Mickey X making some uncharacteristic mistakes, but overall, I thought G2 played fine. Overall, you
Other
know.
than the Schalke game,
Yeah. Oh my God. Why do they always lose to Schalke? I was like, holy shit. Randomly, Schalke just
that was
beats
almost a
them.
perfect game.
Oh my
Honestly,
God,
like
dude.
that's how big of a stomp it was.
I
They play.
think I think I think
But
just Broken Blade's better than Wonder.
Broken Blade.
That's fair.
Credit to Schalke, man. Broken Blade is an absolute monster, dude. Holy shit. That's the only guy I want to talk about for Schalke is, dude. Why did TSM get rid of Broken Blade? That guy is amazing, dude.
Um.
Cause
Uh.
import.
That true.
Import.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. One, they needed a mid, so they had to. There's no way you could keep Broken
Broken Blade.
Blade
Yeah.
and not have a good mid laner, right?
Yeah.
And Double Lift left, and I knew.
Pro-
So
mhm.
who do you get for mid lane as a domestic player?
Yeah.
I
They
mean,
got.
I would have kept
Well, the thing with I mean with TSM, like they could have kept Broken Blade Power of Evil, but then they don't get Sword Art. Like if
Yeah.
you're looking at that recidivist
right,
history, so it's like,
right.
which is more important, PoE or Sword Art?
Hey man, they could have just bought Chovy, right?
What this
Or
200
that.
million with FTX now can buy TSM FTX? Yeah,
Guess they
sure.
can buy Chovy next offseason, actually. You know, LS would like that shit. My God.
Ugh.
What
Oh,
did you
oh,
think of nuclear
nuclear
int
int.
though?
I see, dude. The problem with a lot of these some of these newer players is that I can't really judge them though, because like I don't really think he had an impact. Like 2 hours had an impact in the SK gaming games. I didn't really honestly see nuclear int doing anything that much. He stole some ultimates in his Silas game. I was like, okay, this looks okay. You know, I think the most
Right.
standout,
I
the
think it's
most
rookie syndrome. Like
yeah, it's always
he's
that.
just scared to step out.
I was gonna say that with Team Vitality. So let's talk about Team Vitality. So I don't mind them playing this week. I think they played pretty much about as good as we talked about. One problem, I don't really get why they switched out Jagenda with SLT. It just didn't really feel like SLT provided anything, and they just wanted to make a change just to show that they can make changes when it needs to happen. But I don't really think they got anything different with SLT than they would have got with Jagenda. You know, I for me and looking at the eye test right now, I just didn't see the difference. I thought they were pretty much the same. You know, so why did they switch out Jagenda? It's
I don't know. I think SLT is more. He. I've seen him play in solo queue. He has a more diverse like.
mhm.
SLT feels like he's like a Niski for top lane. Like he'll just if you give him the pick because
Hmm.
I think they're relying more on. It seems like their identity is we're going through leader and self-made. I'm coming through somebody.
Oh damn, that sounds kind of hot.
Oh, shut up. Anyway,
Sorry, that was me.
so like, I think that's their identity. Because he played a Lulu top. I'm like, yeah, that's
Okay,
so
he's trying
support.
to be the
Like,
team player. Yeah, it's
Going
literally a
back to
team player
season
thing.
4.
Oh
yeah,
yeah. So like, I thought Selfmade played fine. I thought Crownshot played fine. I think Labrob played fine. The only person I was like questioning was like this guy SLT. It's like, why did they trade Jigenda if you're just gonna get this guy? And it's nothing, no shade against that guy. I'm just like, was there a real need for that? You know,
maybe had a better mindset.
maybe the players prefer to play with SLT.
That too.
It's
I
I
like,
mean,
mean,
remember the
I think
Nocturne game? He went
SLT
like zero
was.
five, and he just was like just kind of not doing anything. I was like, okay. I mean, he lost laning phase pretty hard, and then he ended up just not being impactful anyway. Even in the other games, even in the one game they won, he wasn't really that impactful in. You know, that's just me.
Yeah.
I'm just looking, guys. I'm just looking at this from just seeing him right now. I don't see why they switched out Jagenda. I'm not like Jagenda's
I think
fucking
it's
lawyer.
I do think it's
yeah,
kind of a synergy issue for Vitality. SLT and EU Masters this last spring, some would say he was the second, if not third best top laner in the whole tournament,
Mhm.
behind Adam and
Mhm.
maybe one other. But apparently he's really great in solo queue. So it could just be like he was a better mechanical player than Sagenda, or they felt that he had a higher SLT has a higher ceiling than Sagenda did.
Yeah, that's fine. You know,
I'd give it a week or two to see if he pops off. If not, he might just be relegated to a weak side duty, which I mean that's a top laner.
going
Life
back
of a top laner.
going back to that Gen X duty of just playing Aatrox and Gangplank every game. Like literally
Man.
every game, he was just playing Aatrox and Gangplank. I was like,
Dude.
holy shit.
Dude, I'm so sad because I've like ever since I was rooting like when SK made that move like way back in what was it 2019?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like I'm on the
2020.
I think it was
What's the
2019.
Somewhere,
2020?
2020.
somewhere in
Yeah,
there.
2020 or somewhere there. I was all on the Gen X. I was just like, all right, this guy looks pretty good. Like he looks like he's gonna be and like I thought, okay, they try to keep Crown Shot. No, they get rid of Crown Shot. Or no, Crown Shot leaves and test the market, and it's like, because Trick was just getting old. Like he was a veteran juggler, but he retired. Kudos to him. He knew it was time to go. I thought, okay, maybe they just need like a new jungler. They make all these dumbass moves, and it's like to see where SK and then you know what so blows my mind? Tinks is still on there as a substitute. Like, dude, just play him. Like, he's not gonna be there. Just play him. Like, what do you have to lose? Because right now, it's not looking good. Like, if I'm SK Gaming right now, I say Tinks, okay, show what you got, so that everybody can see, and like kind of like do like an Anthony Davis for the Lakers for when he was on the Pelicans play. And then you can market him and trade him or something. Like right now,
what,
he's just
Inner Flame said. He said Tinks didn't see the game the same way they all did, and I'm like, that. And granted, that might mess up your team synergy, but it's like, is it really looking that much better with role swapping your best player to fucking jungle and putting your coach in to play support? Like, you know,
I feel like they saw Detonation Focus Me at MSI, and they're like, oh my god, look how great it is when our coaches are support. Let's see if we can do that.
You know what's crazy
you can't
about
do
that?
Japan is a lot weaker than EU.
But it's also, dude, I know someone brought that up somewhere. It's like, that is, how do I explain this to like any new person watching us understand?
That is dog.
That too. If you take your coach and you put them into support, how are they going to tell you in-depth things as they focus on playing the game with you? And remember, they're seeing things from an outside perspective. He doesn't get to see things from an outside perspective if he's in the game with you. That's why I was like, wait, when they announced that, well, the players wanted to have Jesus in the game with them, it's like, who's the actual coach here? You know, who gets, like, what the fuck? It like, oh my god, it blows my mind, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. My brain is fucking mush. I'm gonna start backflipping butt naked off a bridge or some shit and crack my neck on the train track.
I think if Team Vitality can figure themselves out, I see them as a 5th place team.
I can see being 5th place. I could see it.
Because they have some. They got their drafts were kind of cool. Leader looked like he can now step up. I mean, this meta does fit him, so let's see if once the meta changes. For now.
Yeah. Hey man, but he prefers those assassins. He's gonna pull out a fucking Zed. He's gonna pull out the assassins, man. I'm calling it now.
No, he's gonna pull out more like Yone.
No.
He's gonna pull like more like Yone and Echo. Those are still. They still hurt.
Echo.
Even Diana.
Fuck.
Even Diana hurts.
Leader's gonna pull out the Fizz.
Oh hell yeah, let's go.
Hell no.
Oh, hell yeah, man. I want some exciting games. Warren wants these like standard season 5 games dragging on like 50 minutes.
No, I want some.
No, I don't want. I agree. I hate Fizz. It's just like I saw a Fizz in one of my solo queue games last night. It wrecked. I was really sad, and it's just like, why do assassins have to exist?
Like, I look at like, no, I'm not in for like 45-minute games. Like this I shouldn't be getting that in a pro game. But you know, just to say about Vitality, like, they're starting out better than last season.
You know,
so
that's good enough. Hey man, I like
Factual.
it. Yeah. Hey, same with Astralis. I'll give it to Astralis. They did. It looks like their team cohesion got a bit better, and but Promiscu and Jessica still suck. Like Zanzar got
Felix.
Magi Felix is so good, dude. I knew I was on the right thing when I put that guy as my 3rd All-Pro mid laner last split when we did our pro teams. That guy's insane, dude.
Yeah, he's good. They just need like get rid of clown Zara who thinks he's on Seinfeld for LEC broadcast. Like
Oh
he
my
thinks
god.
he's doing a Comedy Central. Get rid of that clown. Get
White
rid
Knight
of
is really good. White Knight, he's stepping
Don't get rid of
apart.
yeah.
White Knight.
Get rid of the
He's
jungle
actually
support
top
and
5
bot.
KDA right now.
Yeah,
Mm.
literally get rid of. I wouldn't be guys. I wouldn't be surprised if you see they get rid of their jungle top. I mean, no, not top. Jungle support and bot, and we see like somebody like better goes there, like lead their team.
Please,
Like, you know what?
please
Screw
replace
this.
Promise
I'm
Q.
gonna play like.
Did you guys see that game where Promise Q randomly all in on Leona just to? Oh my god! I was like, oh, what are we doing here? Please,
He's the
mercy on my
MSI
soul.
champion.
Yeah, I did.
Oh
I
my
saw that.
god, dude! I watched that because I told you guys I was watching the games just to make sure I have a good feel of what we're gonna talk about. I saw that and I wanted to blow my brains out. I was like, what the fuck is this?
MSI champion move. What are you talking about?
Dude, he won Worlds. He's been in World Finals. What are you talking about, man? What the fuck?
Yeah, world's finalist. Yeah, of course.
LEC's better than LCK, right? Remember?
But like since I think we're pretty much done.
Oh, Mad
Vitaly, what?
Lions.
Yeah, Mad Lions. How do you feel about Mad Lions?
Their games proved they were still
I
hungover
mean,
from MSI.
MSI exhaustion.
Yeah,
Like,
they won their games. It didn't look as bad as someone like Cloud9 when they came back from MSI. You could still tell from how they played they were still exhausted from MSI. But overall, I think they played as good as we expected, though.
Right, and they lost to G2. That's still pretty good.
And like, arguably, G2 has better players than them anyway. So
Yeah,
that's kind of understandable.
yeah. So I mean, did they really have a bad week?
The
Not
Fnatic game
really.
was close.
Fnatic game was close. Like,
And I mean, they just crushed Astralis.
The draft. If the Fnatic draft was better, I think the Fnatic potentially have a more closer game with Mad Lions. And yeah, that game they it was Mad versus Astralis, right? Yeah, that was a stomp. Oh my god, dude. They're just styling on them. Like, you could tell by how they were playing, like in the first few minutes of some of the games, you still had some MSI hangover. Overall, their team fights, their engages all look good. I think they're the best team fighting team in the league. Their team fighting is absolutely amazing, dude.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
I feel like their team fighting's good, and I give their week a B plus because
they're
look
new
at
champions. They're the new kings. Remember, they're the new G2 guys. They're gonna win 4 splits in a row after this.
I mean, like
No, they're the new alliance.
Oh no!
They had like when I look at their week was they beat the teams that I feel like they should have beat right now, and they lost to a team that was
Top
basically
3.
in the semifinals and top 3, and so they played pretty considering that they just came back from MSI. Side note: RNG is finally gonna have their first game, the 18th. They've literally had the
RNG,
longest break.
baby, let's go. Let's bring back Uzi.
Oh my god, that's crazy. It's been almost 3 weeks since MSI and
They've
RNG
gotten
is now
so much
finally
time
playing
to
a game.
right? They've gotten so much time to rest since MSI's been over.
Yeah, so just throwing that out there.
Fucking nuts.
And then you watch OMG just beat IG, and your life just slowly.
Oh yeah, my life just. I'm like, what?
Hey,
yeah, that's
shout out to Shadow. Shout out to Shadow on LGD.
Yeah, he's on LGD now. Yeah, I saw that. There was rumors about that. I was like, nah, he's not going to LGD. He played okay, looks
it's
pretty
Lee
solid.
Sin meta. Of
He
course
is
he's gonna play.
technically he technically has Chinese residency. Like, he doesn't count as an import.
Oh shit! Hey, that means he could eventually join RNG, right, and become an MSI champion.
Technically, yeah, he could like be Way's understudy.
Remember there was the FPX game where LWX did that Ezreal True Shot Barrage and he hit the Rise at 10 HP as he recalled to the base.
Oh yeah, I saw
like,
that.
Oh shit, that's hype right there. Imagine,
that was really good.
That was
really good.
It's so like I don't know what is up with FPX and shit, and they just don't want to get rid of LWX. But he'll have like these weird great plays some days, and other days he looks like complete garbage. It's like. This man is like Whipple.
Sounds like Name.
ADCs. Yeah.
He's like Jackalove with a blindfold when he plays.
Oh god. Well, it's because they probably eat dogs too. But all right. So, what did you guys think about G2 though? I think G2 looks good except for the Schalke game, honestly.
G2 is just like I feel like I feel like these guys are on their last legs. Like they're nah.
Hmm.
Okay, here's what I mean. It's like
Get the
you know
cans
when you've
out.
had when you know when you've had enough of each other.
Hmm.
Like I feel
Yeah.
like I wouldn't be surprised if Caps leaves or Wonder leaves. Like I just wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. Wonder, Yankos, and Mickey X
I could
have
see
been with
Wonder and
G2 for a
Yankos
while.
leaving.
Yeah, because Yankos and Mickey X have been with G2 ever since they left. Ever since Zen and Mithy left back in like 2017, or sorry,
yeah,
beginning of 2018.
Well, I think Wonder and Yankos been on since 2018, and then
Yeah,
Mickey
back when they
joined in
had that
2019.
yeah, they
yeah,
had that big rebrand. Yeah,
they're the longest standing like G2 members.
it's almost
Um,
about time
Yeah, because
G2
now
gets
that
some new
Perks is
members.
gone.
Yeah, like Yango's a Wonder 2018 spring EULCS. Then you had Mickey X. Yeah, he was 2019. So like they've been there for 3 years.
And then Caps was also 2019.
Yeah. So like I feel bad for Reckless because he did join for a superstar team. He might be getting a few new players potentially next year. Hey man, if
Again, it's the
G2 buy Broken Blade, it's honestly fine. Hey man, it's okay. It's okay honestly there.
I still think
well,
they need a new jungler.
well,
Like I
well,
don't see Yankos being on G2 this time next year.
well,
He's going to Cloud9, remember?
well. My personal opinion is
Ugh.
I don't think Schalke is gonna be in the league after this
Yeah,
season.
they confirmed they're selling their spot. So, you know, I mean, if G2 buys Broken Blade, this is just hypothetical thinking toward after Worlds is over in the off season. I think if Wonder and Yankos decide to retire or go to new teams or whatever, I think if they got Broken Blade or any other jungler in the LEC, I think it'll be just fine. Or maybe G2 self-made, he can reunite with Reckless again.
No,
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 that would
no.
implode.
That would be such a big disaster.
I mean, if Wonder
Well, okay,
left,
so I am
right?
looking at the. Oh, go ahead.
No. What are you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say I pulled up the contract database,
Mhm.
and Wonder, Yankos, Caps, and Mickey are all signed through 2022.
Holy shit. Alright, so they're staying on G2 forever. Literally, if you're on G2, you're there for life.
I mean,
And then Reckless is signed through 2023.
well, the thing is, like, where do you? Okay, like, the thing is, those guys, believe it or not, they could literally be a superstar on their own team. Like, you put Mickey. Let's say you put Mickey X on Astralis. Astralis gets better, right?
Hmm.
Let's say you get rid
Hmm.
of Cries and you put Wonder on XL. XL gets better,
Hmm.
right? And let's say
Oof.
you got rid of
Yeah.
Yankos.
Put
let's say
Yankos on Misfits.
Oh my
not
god.
no
Reunite
like
him with Vander. Reunite him with
like
Vander for the
you
HCK
you put
synergy.
Caps on Schalke, they get better.
Yeah.
Like these guys are like these guys are like franchise players. They could literally be franchise players on their in their own respect, but they want a world's title. That's why they're sticking together. So
You know, Caps could go back to
Hmm.
Fnatic, right? You know?
maybe,
God. That'd be
maybe.
so... Oh shit, man. But
And then Niski
overall...
roll swaps to support.
Oh no,
Niski is the new Hoogie.
Oh my god, Hillesang just goes to G2. He's like, I've had enough of Fnatic. It's time to start joining the rivals. Then everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, why did you betray us? It's like, he didn't betray you. He decided to get paid better. That's not betraying you. And
Bye,
plus,
Felicia.
how did he betray?
Yeah.
That's weird how fans... He betrayed me. No, he didn't. You don't know this guy. He didn't betray you at all. What the fuck? That's so cringe.
Yeah, like they think like they married these players. Like, no,
Yeah, like what the fuck? This is sports. These teams always change. Like what the fuck? I never get attached to any player that's on any of the teams I support. I'm like, hey, they'll be here for a certain amount of time, and then they're gone. That's how this works
remember,
all the time.
remember, sports players say it's a business at the end of the day. So
Hmm.
you can't get upset at an organization regardless of any professional sport. At, um, just because that's how they run it. So
Yeah,
you
these
don't
are
build up
businesses.
these.
They want to run
Yeah,
these things like a business, and like at a certain point in time, I always tell people this, man. After a given period point in time of being around the exact same people for like sometimes 2 years straight in league, people are gonna want a new team. It's just how that's just life. I want to be around new people sometimes because
yeah,
being on the same people is boring after a very
Double
long
lift
time.
syndrome.
Like double him, man. Holy shit!
yeah.
That
Like
guy's been going off lately.
you don't have players like Bjergsen in the sense, not like as in like type of like how good he was, but like that stays on one team.
His
Like
dedication.
Yeah, outside of Copenhagen Wolves, which he was on, and Ninja, I think he was on, but like those were like really like one split sort of things. We could just say he stayed with TSM his entire
Yeah,
career. You know,
Faker stayed.
Very
Faker,
sneaky.
Sneaky
sneaky.
Faker, yeah.
Yeah,
Outside of Uzi's random leave to OMG, Uzi's been with RNG his almost his entire time.
right. And
Hmm.
so it's like,
Stixay before he went to Golden Guardians.
Stixay that doesn't count for anything except
I,
for old
I
man syndrome.
wait, was it Larson? Like, isn't Larson like been with Rogue ever since?
He's been on Rogue's Academy team ever since they started, actually.
Yeah, he and Inspired have been up and down the Rogue system since 2019 when the team joined the league.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh, okay,
god, man.
okay.
You also
Thanks for
have
that.
Someday for 100 Thieves too. He's been a long-standing player for them
Yeah,
too at
yeah,
this point. Yeah.
he's been long. So like, you
Hmm.
don't have these like, I won't say legacy because it takes like, I would say like once you get past 3 years
But
that
franchise players.
yeah, the franchise player. Yeah, so like people shouldn't get attached or get upset when they make.
Oh my god, dude! When Caps announced he was joining G2, oh, not just Fnatic fans. It was just like, oh my god, he betrayed us. He didn't betray you. His coverage contract ran up, and he made a decision. He's like, I want to join a new team. That's literally
Mhm.
life. I'm not saying Fnatic didn't pay him well because they said they offered him a lot of money. He's like, I get to play with new players I haven't played with before, and I think G2 is gonna be pretty good. He gets to make life decisions that don't benefit you because you don't know him. You should care about you shouldn't even care about what he does in his personal life. He's making a job decision. What the fuck? That's just so cringe,
Yeah.
dude. He betrayed me. No, he didn't. He just got a different job.
You
What the?
betrayed me, MSK.
Do you want me to come over here and like kiss you?
No,
Oh my god.
I was gonna say
T-Root, just jump him.
the F word, but not that F word.
Nah, man, I'm white. I don't jump anybody. Yeah, you guys jump me.
Oh my god! Oh yeah. Oh my god! We forgot to talk about this team. Oh my god, Rogue. I don't think Rogue played anything bad. I think Rogue looked fine, honestly. I just don't think
They did
Trimmy's.
get kind of rolled by Fnatic, which was surprising.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
got rolled
They got
because
rolled pretty hard.
they got rolled because they never invaded the Carthage. They never invaded the
Sat there
Carthage.
and let him
Yep.
scale. Like what the
They
hell?
let him scale, like literally, like they literally let him scale.
They were like, okay, let's just do nothing and then just lose.
He literally
I will
full
say-
cleared 3 times and nothing happened. How's that possible?
It's not possible.
I will say that moment where Larson didn't die because he leveled up on the minion was one of the most like clutch Karthus survivals I have ever seen. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, I saw that at the level 10 Jason.
Oh
right?
yeah, I saw that.
how
He should have
lucky
died.
do you have to get? He should have died
Remember
there.
when Humanoid thought he was a Super Saiyan and he like dove Olaf? Oh, and Adam was playing Olaf, and then fucking he was saying Lulu ulted him. He just got one shot by the axe. I was like, holy shit! Humanoid thought he was a fucking Super Saiyan and shit. Oh my god.
But the way I feel about Rogue is they outside of the Fnatic game, they really destroyed their teams. Like I think they're really upset after that finals they lost.
Are they still the second best team in the league? Would you say?
We'll have to see.
I think they're the first.
They're the first. Holy shit.
Don't let that 3-0 Misfits game fool you. Like the way they they were. I'm pretty sure when they went to draft with Fnatic, they were not expecting that Karthus. They weren't. Like you could just tell by how they played and how they should have approached the Karthus. Like some teams aren't prepared for these out of world picks, like the draft outside of the Karthus pick. Let's say Karthus was removed. It's a pretty normal draft for the first 4 for those champions they pick, right?
Mhm.
I think we all can agree on that. So then, like, you go into a draft and you don't expect Karthus, you're expecting like Rumble because he played it or Udyr, but then you get a Karthus and then he has TP. You don't know how to play the map. You don't know where to like. I think they should just perma invaded him. That's how you beat Karthus because he can't really scale and he's too far behind. But like when you look at Rogue, they really said. I think they had like a really quick 25-minute game against what was it XL? I was watching.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was XL. I'm looking at the scoreboard.
Probably. That was day 1.
Yeah, it was like a really fast game. I was like, wow, they're gonna go get lunch really quick.
25 minutes, 25 seconds.
Yep,
And
that
all
was
right,
exactly.
Hansama's getting up to do more drawings, I guess, or some shit. Like, I don't know what he does in his personal time. And maybe Whipple can go spend more time with his girlfriend, and that's how you get fast things done. I only last 3 seconds anyways with my wife, so.
T-Root, how's your day
Choke
going?
Sama.
Like,
Warren always does that to me. He hates me. Oh my
You know,
god.
I don't even know anymore, man.
well, T-Root, how's your day going,
You know what's
man?
better than sex? Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I think I'm
Okay,
about to vomit that Carl's Jr. I had earlier.
okay.
But overall, guys, the LEC 2021 Summer Split Week 1 is in the books. In history, Misfits are gonna win Worlds. It's already confirmed. Deficio's
Do you guys want
long.
to look ahead to week 2?
That's tomorrow for the show when I do the predictions.
All
But
right.
the match of the week. Let me actually bring up the match of the week. I think is gonna be Astralis versus G2.
Rogue G2.
Yeah, I was gonna say Astralis versus G. That's not a match of the week. That's a match of the shit. Standings, schedule, LEC. Match of the
Rogue
week.
G2, last
Mhm.
game on Saturday.
Yep, that's the match of the week. Unless you're counting Fnatic versus Astralis as a match of the week.
And
Or
at least
Rogue versus Misfits, maybe?
Mm.
LEC is two days, but it's only Friday. Is it? They only
This week
play
was
2 days.
Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, because this week was the last and the first week are the super weeks.
Are super weeks, quote unquote.
So LCS is the only one that plays 3 days
Yeah.
all the time. That's just
Yeah,
makes no sense.
LEC only does it like the first and last week since like
See,
last
like
year.
I think that's hot garbage because it's like, well, they get like an extra day to rest and or whatever because and they get actually 2 days where like, okay, you get this one super week. All right, it's like, hey guys, you get this one super. Okay, we'll deal with that. And that's like,
Hey,
like,
and they wanted to play more matches. That's their prerogative.
Hey,
That they
man.
wanted to condense their shit.
yeah, don't get me
It's
started
still
with that.
not, still not a LPL where they have games every day.
That's true. That's true. But at least the LPL games are exciting now, and we don't know who's gonna win this split
I mean,
again.
hey man, Rogue Warriors are gonna win the LPL, man. Let's be honest here.
Oh no! Oh no! I saw that game this morning.
JDG coming back for the crown.
Hey man.
JDG lost today.
God, dude. JDG, I don't even know what's going on with them. Randomly, last split, they wanted to bench Yagao, buy Xie. They didn't want to play Xie because their fans overreacted. Then they let Xie go back to LGD. Then they're just playing the exact same roster. I'm just like, all right, you people are crackheads. Well, you don't even know what you want.
Like, yeah, they lost to LNG with that team.
That team's Tarzan's on, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So
FPX is, supported by Doinby's hot, attractive-looking wife, so.
jeez, nah. Okay, well.
All right. I forgot Warren that he doesn't really like those type of ladies,
I like those ladies, but not when they have a mask on. So no.
Oh yeah, Warren. You want to have women just walking around with their bare face on and shit?
Uh,
I didn't know you were Arab.
Oh my god. All right. Anything else you guys want to say before we close out for this week? Actually, I think Fnatic are trash. Just the usual. All right. T-Red's probably like, I'm heading out of here. But
I mean, welcome to to this channel where MSK has bad takes.
My take, well, it's like I said before the preview. I'm still trying. I hope SK can like at least make playoffs. I think it's unrealistic and disingenuous of them to say they want to have world aspirations because it's delusional and disingenuous to the fans, and it just sucks to see what's happened over the last this Super Week. It's the org was on an up, and now it's just got made like a
complete
180.
Yeah, they want to bring SK back to the glory. Remember, Interflame said it. He wants to bring SK Gaming back to the glory it had when Carlos was on the roster.
Oh, you mean when Senscaring and Unforgiven? I mean,
Unforgiven, yeah.
Forgiven was on. Okay, that's not happening
Well, those
anytime.
those are two different eras. I mean, those are two very different eras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like the last time SK Gaming were good, like were when the last time they were even relevant was when
2014.
2014, 2015. When the last time I remember watching them was when Forgiven and Scaring was on the roster, and you had like fucking what's that one guy, that support name? I forgot his name. Oh my god.
Nif.
Nif.
No,
Was it Nif?
no, not Nif. No, it was I don't
I
remember.
forgot
I think
his
he's a
name.
coach now.
Yeah, he's a coach for like I think he was an assistant coach for SK Gaming. It's like they have been relevant in years. They're
Yeah,
always gonna be. I'm sorry to SK Gaming fans. You're now, unless you get a good roster, you're only gonna be just a playoff team. Maybe sometimes just a playoff team.
and I think this is the testament to the whole. Yeah, EU has like better quality, like they do better international events and have better selection of players because it's a more competitive league.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to money and resources, there's not many teams that have this. Like I don't see, like I would think Gen X is getting paid what at best, maybe 900K, maybe but not even that, maybe like 700K in euros. Like
Mm-hmm.
Gen X is not making like Sword Art money or Perks money.
Well, Inner Flame said that if you start paying players like that, they won't have a sustainable league. And it's like that's
That's
potentially
That's
true.
fair.
Who knows? Like, I don't know these numbers honestly,
so
but
that means he's probably making, so that if that's the case, right? Gen X is what making, and he's their best player. So that, like, if we were to go around the table, how much do you think Gen X is making right now?
all right. So we're converting it into euros. I'm saying like 2K a month.
Two 2K, $2,000 a month.
Mm-hmm. I think Europe pays the least out of all the major
So
regions.
you're saying he makes only 50? Like, no, that's less than, that's like 24K.
Or not
You
even,
said 2K.
or maybe how about let's say 5K a year, not 5K a year, about 5K a
Well,
month
because
potentially.
isn't Riot minimum 75K a year? Like,
Is
isn't that
but
the bare minimum
isn't
you
that
can
for
pay
the
a
LCS
player?
though? I thought that was just for the LCS because Europe does pay the
No,
least,
I
right?
think
No, I
it's a
think
contract rule.
yeah, it's like at least so. Okay, okay, I think it's about me personally.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's for him. If you're saying they don't want to play them like big money like LCS, I think Janax, who's their best player by far right
Mm-hmm.
now, and Treats, they're making like probably a combined 350K at best.
How does that translate to euros though? Because we know we know Adam is getting paid like 290 or what 250 something like that.
I don't know, but like, because Euros is not that far off from.
Hold on, I'm pulling up a calculator.
Oh my god! Good thing we had
So,
T-Root
how
here.
many euros was it?
Yeah, Adam is getting paid 290K from Fnatic from that big contract he got. So how does that convert to like US dollars for 290K?
It's about 350K US.
That's not too bad though, honestly.
Yeah, that's not bad. But I'm saying like combined. I'm saying like US. I would think that Gen X and say Treats is combined for like maybe at best
Maybe a
500K.
million.
No, no way, T
No,
Root.
I would say they're making
SK,
like
Well, you said
SK. Go ahead.
combined 500K, so you're saying like they make like 250K each.
No, you're right because
yeah.
Gen X has a longer contract than Treats. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit more. You're right, T Root.
Maybe they're making around the bare minimum, like 80K. You know, because like
No.
no.
No, not SK. I mean, SK is not a cheap. It's not an expensive word, but they're not they're not cheap, but they're not. They don't pay well
They're not
either.
Mr.
So
Krabs. They're Mr. Krabs level.
yeah, like because even
Well,
Thorin mentioned it.
80K and go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say that. Like I'm thinking, if it's United States, I think they're making about a combined 650K between Treats
Yeah,
and Gen X.
because
That's
people
what I
made it
think.
seem like these orgs in EU are paying like dog shit. I mean, it just depends. One org could pay more, one org could pay less. It really depends. Or you could cut all the money like Thorin said Astralis is doing. I don't know. You know? What is a
No,
lot to an org?
I think Astralis gets funded a lot from their CS:GO team and their sponsors, though.
Mhm.
Like, if you saw their facility, it is a banging. But this facility is actually like, if I had to, like, I know Astralis is a shit org, but if someone told me I could play for Astralis in EU, I'd be like, hell yeah! I don't care if I don't make it the world there. Their facilities is just huge. It's like almost TSM facility.
Damn, dude, you told me I could be around Bjergsen all
Mhm.
day in the TSM facility?
He'd
Yawn.
be have a bodyguard
What do you
near
mean?
him.
We've already met each other before, and I've already caressed his
His
beard.
bodyguard is Parth.
His bodyguard's like
I
fucking.
mean, Parth could be a terrorist. So
Oh my god. Okay. Well, that's it. I'll see you guys later. I'm the Nightwing of Way of Life Esports is signing out, guys. And TSM are trash, and so is Fnatic, and Cloud9 are gonna win Worlds. All right, guys. Peace. See you later.